status, and now Heinz is going to try and survive up here in the railgun tower. And he is going to get a grenade out, and that will be Str8 falling to the floor. And just look at Heinz now, just controlling this map.
There's the BR.
Easy shots with the battle rifle.
Oh yeah, the guy's always had a phenomenal shot. I know that his dad's probably sitting at home watching this guy tear it apart. And, you know, it comes down to his shot, man. This guy's fundamentals, he's the Timmy Duncan of our league right now. Still playing, still competing. We know Victory X is also, you know, very good at his work as well. But Heinz and Victory X, man, they go back and forth in terms of who kind of has that basic Halo IQ that really, you know, pushes them over the top.
Well, a lot of these players definitely have that Halo IQ, and we'll see Crowd Pleasers get a little bit of control now, but just as that happens, Nest is taken once again. So great rotation work coming out of Str8 here. As soon as Crowd Pleasers are able to pick up one of the strongholds, straight back over, as now a double kill coming.
We're going to start this one off with Heinz yet again. He is putting on display just what an amazing tournament him and the rest of Str8 Rippin are having. And he's playing against Crowd Pleasers in this match, and I must say Str8 Rippin dominated Crowd Pleasers, even though Crowd Pleasers has some of my all-time favorite players and guys that I played with a lot over the years. But we're going to start here with Heinz in the top of BR tower, and he's crouching up there so they don't know he's there. And as Str8 comes out, he doesn't know that Heinz is there, and Heinz could have jumped out and challenged him with a BR. He could have thrown a nade off of the outside wall, but instead he banks it off the floor and into the enemy's face. In this case, it's Str8, and he does just an outstanding job here of knowing how to prep this. And then not only does he get that kill, but he sees the second guy that he saw on his radar moving out towards the platform over here. And with that enemy not knowing that Heinz is there, he gets a very, very clean, steady shot here. If you watch closely, you'll see he misses one burst, but he doesn't panic. He doesn't over pull on his reticle. He stays calm, even in midair, and finishes off the shot nice and clean with an almost perfect kill. The key here, the reason that it's such a focus, is because so many people will get into a battle like this and panic and start moving their reticle left and right, up and down, all around, and missing shots. It's a precision weapon in Halo 5, technically. So it's not like Halo 3 or Halo 4 where you can spray side to side and still hit bullets. You have to consider in Halo 5 that the BR is closer to the DMR than it is a BR from old. So you have to hit those shots. And the only way that you're going to be able to hit those shots is if you steady your aim and focus more on your movement than focusing on your reticle. He does that beautifully in this battle, even while thrusting, and gets a very clean kill to get the double kill. But he's not done yet. He gets the BR base reset and starts shooting the guy that's going over the nest. Now, it's not always about hitting the shot. You'll see repeatedly with every clip that I do of Heinz, especially in this clip, he puts shots on anything that is not his team. Anything he sees, he will either attempt to shoot or get at least one shot. But in this case, the shot doesn't connect. However, it's just like sniping an enemy. As long as your enemy sees the bullets or sees the grenade or sees the sniper trail, you're going to impact how they're thinking in that second. Whether they're moving forward and you shoot in front of them and you make them stop and turn around, you're still stopping their course of action, their intended thought. So by being able to put a bullet, in the very least, in front of his enemy, he's able to create some kind of distraction, some kind of deterrent, as he then turns around and refocuses his attention to the BR enemy and is able to clean him off. And you're able to see here that he's able to get a very, very clean assist. Now here you see he starts putting those shots on the guy. Now, he did a genius job of switching from the BR to the DMR. Why? Because regardless of how much ammo he had in the BR, if you're steady and you're precise with the DMR, it is one of the best weapons you can use. And a lot of people still aren't seeming to grasp that in Halo 5 yet. But if you're steady and you hit your shots, you are going to do damage middle and long range a lot more than the BR because it's a one-shot precision weapon. One shot meaning one burst, one bullet. And you're going to do damage. So he does a great job because his aim is very steady right now. You have to know every game how you are individually performing. He was performing excellent. So by switching to the DMR, he's got steady, he's got control, he's got precision, he's got mid-range, he's got long range. He does an amazing job. Now, he has a teammate over here with him at BR base, and they just captured the stronghold. So he doesn't need to stay there. Now it's time for Heinz to do what he does best. Support, control, rotation. Just like on Plaza, he does it perfect throughout this tournament. Now here, he's going down for basement and gets a very nice clean kill again. So many players in that situation would switch to a pistol or switch to the DMR, but there's no reason to. It's a close to mid-range battle. Switch to the AR in Halo 5. It is so ridiculously potent, and he uses it just exactly how you should. And if you watch, I'll replay one more time. If you watch, he doesn't even hold down the trigger. He pulses it because the guy is moving, and then he thrusts and he pulses. If you pulse that AR, if you pulse any automatic weapon, including the storm rifle, it will reset the precision, the reticle, the bloom, and allow you to hit those shots more accurately in a situation like that. Now, if you're 3 feet from a guy, you don't need to pulse it, but if you're at that middle range, pulse it, and you're going to get infinitely more accurate. Now here, the guy doesn't seem to know that Heinz is there. He doesn't seem to know that Heinz is right around the corner. He does an amazing job of dodging the guy over at BR spawn over there. And then how this guy doesn't see him, I don't know, but he does an awesome job of jump thrust evading him. So kudos to Heinz. He does an amazing job of getting behind cover, stopping his movement instead of running away, because he could have run around the other corner next to the stairs here, but instead he stops his movement, gets his shields back, and it's because he gets his shields back that he's allowed and able to survive that grenade right there. If he had ran instead of stopping his movement, then he would not have survived that. He would have been crushed by that grenade. So he's one shot, stops his movement, gets his shields, gets naded, drops his shields again, but as we've seen time and time again with Heinz, it's not enough. What do I mean? Heinz is not satisfied with being a sitting duck. He will have his shields low, work on regaining his shields, and wait, there's someone there? Okay, let me drop his shields for you. For you, whoever that might be for you. Meaning, it doesn't matter where that guy is going. Now, he has no shield, so Heinz is manipulating his movement by controlling where he can and can't go. That guy's either going to hide so that he can get his shields for a second, or he's going to run into one of another Str8 Rippin teammates to suffer a death. So that's what I mean by controlling his movement. Heinz, again, slows his movement to regain his shields faster, and is putting shots into enemies. He does a perfect job time and time and time again of being a support player, being a control player, being a just excellent teammate. And here, what needs to be acknowledged, what needs to be a focus is his rotation. He started in BR Tower, went down to the stronghold, shot the nest, rotated around to the basement, went on top, Then he's coming through the hallway here, making his way back over to the BR. All the meanwhile, he's staying alive. Why is he staying alive? Because he's playing conservatively aggressive. He is staying alive. He's slowing his movement when he has to. He's using the right weapon when he has to at the right range of battle. He's dropping enemy shields. He's being a nuisance to crowd pleasers, and he's able to either gain control of or reset the strongholds because he's staying in this tight area. This area here allows you to rotate from the basement to BR base very fluently, just like if you have the nest and you have basement, or you have nest and BR base. Now, nest and BR base, it's not everyone's favorite to hold, but it technically is a pretty clean hold if you get good at those two. But my point is that any two strongholds on this map, like most maps, just like on Plaza, when he had sniper control and he had basement control or bottom mid control, he's doing the same thing here. He's able to stay up on the second floor of the map most of the time while he's dropping shields, while he's being a distraction, while he's rotating spawns, while he's rotating stronghold captures, and he's just being as close to a flawless series right here of movement as you can get on this map and this game type. He does an outstanding job. Now here, the reason that he moves over here is because he sees that there's absolutely no one at the BR side base. So why sit over there, right? If there's no one on his team over there and there's none of the enemies over there, move to a space that could possibly have enemies, or you could possibly be assisting your teammates. In this case, he's going to assist APG. So he's able to see that the stronghold is captured and he's already in position there. So if you're already in position there and you don't need to be on the other side of the map, go ahead and make your move. This guy was distracted by APG, so he's able to come up behind him. It's Kratos, and I think he gets the back smack here. And he's able to start resetting control of the basement. If he had moved all the way to BR for no reason at all, he wouldn't be in this position to be able to get this easy assist. Bam, there's the back smack. Okay, let me drop another guy that doesn't realize that I'm there. And as ult, he's able to regain control of the basement for them to eventually go into total control all over again. Just amazing job by Heinz. Amazing job by Str8 Rippin. And as I said, you know what? I love the people on crowd pleasers, but Heinz doing work, maintaining control, rotating his spawns, rotating the strongholds, supporting his teammates. Amazing job.
Shuts down Renegade, he will look for more.
Oh my, Heinz.
Heinz from across the map with the carbine is doing some real work.
Yeah, you know, the guy's long-range shot has been a force to be reckoned with for quite some time. And you give him a carbine, and I mean, we've seen pretty much every player be good with this thing, so now you're going to give it to this guy. It's bound to cause some destruction for the crowd pleasers team.
Yep, he's got the carbine, and he's also trying to help his teammates here. They're going to take control of carbine. They're taking control of the whole map at the moment. It doesn't matter if it's P or if it's carbine.
Wow.
They're just pushing around as a unit. That's what I'm really impressed with by Str8 in the moment. They're not pushing in one by one. As Heinz is going to try and finish off this kill. He does take down Kratos as well. He had support from his teammate, but he didn't even need it in the end. He was able to use the distraction to his advantage.
And this is a chess match gaskin. I mean, you look at, that was hard to say.
It was.
Anyways, when looking at this game, I mean, we're talking about 2 minutes in, the second camel's about to pop up. Neither team has broken 10 kills yet. So let's hop on board with some.
We're going to go right on board again with Heinz here, this time on Truth. And we have the same thing as the rig match. Okay, this is crowd pleasers again. And Heinz is doing what he does best and what he has been doing this entire tournament. He is controlling the map. He is supporting his teammates. He is doing what experience for years and years and years does best, and what practice with your teammates does best. They are controlling the map. He is holding his own ground, waiting for his teammates, supporting his teammates. Here, he picks up the carbine, okay? This is just like on the rig. It is better than the BR on this map if you are going to be a smart controlling player, because it is a single bullet, fast-paced, streamlined shot. If you have an accurate shot, the carbine will tear up the enemy very quickly. The BR has you can call it a refresh period if you want, but it has a timed burst. In between each shot, it's more delayed than the other weapons. With the carbine, if you're accurate, you can fire all day and just drop shields in less than a second. Now, he's controlling the car's side of the map, and he does it beautifully. He drops shields there in the enemy base. What does that do? It gives him a significant distance between him and the enemy, and he's forcing spawns into their base, which is what you don't want if you're that team. He killed Denoxide, so Denoxide should be spawning either bottom or top of that base. He just pushed a guy back in the base, so that's going to reinforce the spawning into that base. He's maintaining the carbine, so he's able to maintain the continued distance fire, which you just saw with APG going up on ping 3. Another enemy was going up there, whether he got the call out or he was just smart enough to look over there. He saw someone put shots in him and scared him off. Again, support, control, distance. It's just working beautifully. And here on radar, you can see that he's got a teammate coming up behind him to help support control that part of the map. Now, one of the crowd pleasers tries to go over to their car side, and he does a great job of acknowledging that and evading it, and instead of just turning and running, he knows his shot. Okay, when you can trust in your own shot and rely on yourself and know that you're going to survive, you don't need to run away. And he's able to put enough shots off that he is distracting the other guy who could have killed him if he had enough confidence. But instead, Heinz gets away. He survives yet again because he has a distance weapon, because he's a smart player, because he evades. So here, he's able to call out that guy there over at the car to his new support teammate that's with him on car. He gains shields by dropping down, but by stopping his movement, he gets his shields faster. He gets a nade over there because he doesn't know exactly where the guy is, but he saw that a nade came from that ramp, so he's going to nade it just in case. In this case, it's the knock side again, and he gets double teamed. He gets away, but the other guy that was that car is still over there hiding. Now, again, that guy could have double teamed Heinz and whoever is right there with them, but because even if they both have no shields, because they both shoot at one guy at the right time, they make him back off. Okay, so many times, and I'm not going to mention names, but some of the old teammates I've had would turn around and run away and tuck their tails because they think that it's better to pull a stat in a tournament setting, and it's not. Okay, it's a tournament setting. $1 million is on the line. You play for your life. Okay, if your teammate is right there and you have no shields, you stay in that battle while your teammate is assisting you to keep you both alive. If you turn and run, you're of no help at all. So whoever was there assisting him, putting shots into him, and then Heinz jumping over and providing shots, they made the other guy back off, and they both stayed alive. So he takes cover, waits to see if Denoxide's coming. He is, but Denoxide can't get any shots on him, so he keeps firing as a deterrent. It's not about hitting those shots. It's not about killing the enemy. It's about being a deterrent to keep his own butt alive. So here, again, stops movement, crouches, regains shields so much faster. Now here, you could argue that he could have switched to the AR because it's a close-range battle. However, in the amount of time that he had to react, he's not about to pull out an AR and delay this kill that much more. So he just uses the carbine, trusts in his shot, hits his shots, and gets the kill. See that reaction time? See how fast that was? It would have taken longer to pull out the AR and try and get the kill that way than to just hit his shots with the carbine. So good job by him. And as you saw, yet again, he's working in perfect sync with his teammate for his teammate to be the distraction and Heinz to get the kill. Now, here's what I wanted to address, just like I did in the rig match. Here, it's a close-range battle, But because he's moving forward as Denoxide's moving the opposite direction, meaning Heinz is going to be going to the right of your screen and Denoxide is going to be coming towards the screen, he pulses the AR. If he holds the AR here, he's going to be risking missing some bullets. Now, whether that's 1 bullet or 10 bullets, it's still missing bullets to provide for a more potent kill. So by pulsing it, he's able to drop shields more effectively until he moves up close and does a great job here. Do it frame by frame. So you can see there it is, but then he realigns the pulsing of the trigger, realigns, and he knows that he's at risk, so he gets out of the way because his teammate is right there next to him, and because they've been working so in sync, he doesn't need to worry about having that kill not finished. So by getting out of the way and pulsing the AR, Denoxide is one shot, and Denoxide actually does the right thing. Okay, so don't misinterpret his move. The best thing for Denoxide in this moment is to focus on the guy that he already has weak. However, it's to his major disadvantage in this scenario because there's no way that he can kill Heinz because Denoxide is one shot, Heinz is almost one shot, but he has to face another Str8 Rippin enemy who is full shields, well aware that he's there, and is ready to take him out thanks to Heinz. We'll watch it again in full, and you can also watch it in the little picture-in-picture, but it's just this whole sequence here for the last 40 seconds, which is now several minutes in review time. The syncing up of teamwork here with Str8 Rippin, with Heinz, and whoever is next to him is just an outstanding job. And this is the bait and switch. This is the port that you want in every teammate you can ever have. And it just isn't always there because not enough people practice. And this is the kind of work that you can practice in doubles, by the way. For all of the kids out there who think that doubles isn't worth it or it's annoying or whatever infinite excuses you can have, this is the kind of workup that you can do in doubles. And I'm not saying that Str8 Rippin went into doubles to do this, but I'm saying that is one good way to practice these kinds of bait and switches and these kinds of syncing up with your teammates. So in this case, we find out it's Renegade that's been helping him, which makes perfect sense because these two working together has been flawless throughout the tournament. Now here, the reason I let the clip go a little bit is because I'm just showing that he's still continuing to maintain control of this area. Now he looked over at the base and saw that no one was there, so what that means more than likely is that his team was maybe a little forward and moved the spawns, or maybe someone on the enemy team got away to the other side of the map and moved the spawns. If he had stayed on that side of the map, he could have controlled that side, but all of Str8 Rippin would have to acknowledge that they're now controlling the other side of the map and set up the wall as they had just had for the last minute and look at the other side of the map. He's still maintaining card control, but if your team is going to focus attention on a different spawn zone, then the whole team has to be in collaboration of that, and they all have to set up to lock in a side of the map to force spawns elsewhere and set up your new formation to be able to gain control again. So again, great job Heinz, great job Renegade. And actually, great job for the APG and Ace to be able to maintain that control long enough for Heinz and Renegade to stay at car and control car for so long.